just matters that Justin looks good, not me.
That's right. That's why I wore Gila Ridge today.
Did you? I did that, a boy.
Out of respect to your kids.
I love it.
People give me so much crap because I went to Yuma High.
Yeah,
so they get mad at me when they see me wearing it from
Anything
school.
else? I know.
I'm like, I'm here to help them all.
My kids got so mad at me last year. Because every school comes to us like, can you do this banner or whatever, whatever.
It's nonstop.
And it was KOFA. It happened to be KOFA. I think there's a wrestling team. And I was like, yeah, sure. So we bought a banner and put it up in the gym or whatever. And when my sons found out, oh man, they're going to disown me. They were so upset that I sponsored KOFA wrestling. I'm like, well, work harder,
Do they both wrestle?
Yeah, they both wrestled. Okay. Yeah. So, and I didn't do anything for Gila Ridge. Nobody came to me for Gila Ridge. So it's like, and I got so much going on, it's like it's always constant, it's like, you're always getting a hit up for something, but, it just happened that way. Martine caught me on a good day. Like, hey, I got this coming in from KOFA. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I love wrestling. I think it's fantastic for young men, young women. I wrestled, and so I love it. I wanted to support that, and I didn't care if it's KOFA, Yuma, Gila Ridge, Yeah,
you're just there to help out, and
exactly,
especially if they're going to go out and try to hit someone up, and actually take the time to do it. So,
and we got a banner, so I'm all about that, Well, welcome, Justin. We've got Justin Hale on the show again. This is your second time, I believe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Back by popular request. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I got so much feedback for the first show that we did.
Awesome.
People were just very impressed with what you do and how you do it. And you're our favorite philanthropist. Is that what we say?
Your wife mentioned it to me a little bit that I guess you got some good feedback. So I was like, I didn't hear that, but I'm happy.
It's because nobody watches or listens in your circles. That's why. Just my wife.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, she was the one that said, you better give me credit because I talked to Justin. I talked him into going on again. And I said, okay, we'll give you credit because,
I wanted to come on before when Martine hit me up and I just didn't have time. It didn't work out my schedule.
Yeah.
And, but I'm glad to hear that people enjoyed what I do. It's good.
We've got so much to talk about today. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. The first thing that I want to talk about or jump into is this truck raffle at 4th Ave. I've been seeing signs everywhere for it, but if you're not aware of this particular raffle, it's for a 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 4x4. I mean, this is a sweet truck.
Yes.
And how do we get it? How do I get it? I want it.
So one thing that's kind of hard is I did it through a company called Zeffy, which is the online to buy tickets online. You can buy tickets at either facility, both gyms. But the online one, you have to scan the QR code or go to one of my Facebook posts or Instagram posts.
Okay.
And you can click the website link. But the website link is really long and I wasn't able to adjust it to make it small, like supportyuma.com or something.
Yeah.
But so it's real hard. But Zeffy's is kind of like GoFundMe where they don't charge a bunch of fees. When you buy tickets, they'll ask you, do you want to donate to this company for processing this? So you can donate to them or you don't. Some companies take a lot of money. So that's why I use this company. But you can buy tickets at either gym 24 hours a day, or you can go scan the QR code on one of our social media pages or click on the website link.
How much are the tickets?
So it's 20 for one, or you get 6 for 100. So you buy 5 and get one
deal.
free.
Sure. And so I'm buying tickets, $20 a ticket, or you get that deal. And then my ticket goes where?
It goes, so 100% of the money goes to our charity, which then turns around and buys new equipment for all 8 high schools here in Yuma County. So we give back 100% of the money. And that's thanks to, Alexander Toyota donated this truck to us.
That's crazy.
So, and they donated it 100%.
How much do you think it is?
It's a sticker on it. It's, I think, $42.9. Sticker on it. So when I reached out to them first and kind of told them my idea about this, I offered to pay for half of it. I said, I know I can, say it was 20 grand, my half. I said, I know I can turn that and double that.
Yeah.
So I told them about it, but I also told them about how I was going to create this as a competition between the schools. So, whatever school gets the most support, that school gets an extra $5,000 in funding.
Yeah.
Which I think is really fun because it's a little friendly competition between all the schools. And it gets, I'm able to raise a lot of money through this charity every year, and that's all on me just doing work. So I'm trying to involve the schools I'm trying to involve the students. You know, whatever student gets the most support, I'm also giving that student and their family a year's membership to the gym for free.
That's awesome.
So I think that, so when I approached Toyota about it, he called me back a couple of days later and said, hey, I got your email. He says, I love what you're doing. He said, it's all about the kids. He's like, I'm donating at 100%. So
I love that.
it was,
that is incredible, man. That's incredible. Did he say, I got to put a wrap on it for Alexander? Or
no.
He didn't say anything like that?
I actually asked for a car. And then when he told me he was giving me a 4-wheel drive Tacoma, I mean,
oh man,
especially in Yuma, you see Tacomas everywhere.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest things about it too is like, so say you were to win and you're like, you know what, I'd rather have a Tundra or I'd rather have a Toyota 4Runner. They'll give you a $40,000 down payment.
I see.
So if you want to get a different Toyota, as long as you keep it in the Toyota family, you can get whatever Toyota you want and they'll give you a $40,000 down payment for the truck.
I love Toyota. Yeah. What do you think?
You can't beat it. I mean, I've always been a Ford guy.
Yeah.
But Toyotas, you can't beat it.
Yeah. We've been buying Toyotas here over there at Alexander for like the last 5 years. It's just, they're awesome vehicles.
My father-in-law had a 4Runner and it had 400 and like something 1,000 miles on it, 430,000 miles on it. And the thing was so clean. And he ended up getting in a car accident and he told me that he was so bummed.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had so many miles, like the last time he had it serviced, that Toyota sent him a gift in the mail because it was over 400,000 miles. They actually sent him a gift. It was really neat.
I've been looking at like Tesla Cybertrucks and stuff. It's like $90,000. And I originally got on their list, you know, you pay like $100 and you get on their list. And my name finally came up like, hey, you ready to build your Cybertruck? And I was looking at the sticker price. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth that. Like the quality issues and things like that. And I'd already really, I just want it because I want it to drive me around. I'm just done. I don't want to drive anymore. I've reached the age where it's like, I want to get in and take me to where I want to go, you know?
For sure.
But at the same time, Tesla, they're super anal about like, keep your eyes on the road. I don't want to be, listen, if I'm going to be in the driver's seat, I want to drive the vehicle. I don't want to sit here and just look out, you know, That's the point of this thing driving me. What's the point? So I ended up getting this RAV4, this Toyota RAV4 from Alexander over here. And it's awesome. I got it for my kids to drive back and forth to high school because they've got to go in all the way to Marcus Pool, you know, for swim practice, which I don't understand that. There's no pools out here. So that's a big drive, you know, on the freeway every day for teenagers to do.
For sure.
And I wanted them to, well, it costs a lot in gas. So we got this little hybrid RAV4. And then I recently found this little thing that you can buy. It's called Comma X, 3X. It's like this little device. It's got a camera on the front and a camera on the back. And you mount it in your dash, like on the windshield. And it's a screen. And they've installed this like a open source software that acts like a Tesla, and it has a cord with a little 2-prong like harness. So you undo the little mounting up here where the rear view mirror is. That's the RAV4 can do, like keep you in your lane. Yeah. And it can auto brake for you and all that kind of stuff. And so you unplug all that stuff from the factory, and then you plug in this harness that goes to this little machine, and it takes over all that. And it uses it to self-drive, kind of like a Tesla. Yeah. So I didn't have to spend $90,000. I just put that thing in there. You just push autopilot, and it's like, man, it just drives you. It's awesome.
Technology.
So cool. Yeah. So I feel like I don't know, robbed something. I don't know. I feel like bad about it, but at the same time, I don't.
That's all right.
Yeah. So I love Toyota. We've got a Sequoia. We got the RAV4. We had a Highlander. They're just great vehicles. So I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, it's been good so far. I made a post. I was out of town Friday, so I usually do my updates Friday for the leaderboard for what schools are in the lead. And so I did it on Monday instead because I was out of town. But Yuma Catholic was in the lead. Healy Ridge was number 2, which was really cool. The week before, Healy Ridge was number 4. So they moved all the way up to second place. And during that week, Healy Ridge actually went into the lead. Kofa had gone into the lead. So, and then YC ended up pulling through by the end of the week. But, once we started putting the numbers out, that's when people started really buying more tickets. We had a lady from Support of Healy Ridge that came through $800 in tickets.
That's awesome.
And then the next day I was talking to a guy at the gym about it, and he was asking questions about it, and I was explaining like that. And then I went and did some cardio, and I came back, and the staff was like, man, that guy you were just talking to, he bought $1,000 worth of tickets for Kofa. So then it moved Kofa into the lead.
No.
So then, but at the end of the week, like I said, YC was winning again. So they were in the lead. So, we have till ticket sales are going to be cut off on December 25th.
Okay.
Christmas night. And then I'm going to draw the tickets on the 27th.
Okay.
So we
still got some time.
We got a lot of time.
Yeah. I was thinking it was like mid-October or something, but we've got a lot of time.
Yeah. One reason why I kind of pushed, I was going to do it like December the 1st, but then Toyota told me like push it to the end of the year, because the closer we get to the end of the year, the most likely it'll be a 26 instead of a 25.
Wow.
So
wow.
I figured, well, most people would rather have a 26 for a couple extra weeks.
Yeah.
Plus we can do some other events. This is a nice time in the weather where we can start doing events. So I'm actually, for the month of October, I'll be at a different home football game every Friday night with the truck live.
I love it.
So I'll be out there every Friday night at a different game. And I think that's when we're really going to see big jumps with ticket sales for those schools.
How did the high schools react to that when you pitched that to them? Hey, I want to park. You're going to park it on the field, I'm presuming.
Well, probably I haven't really like
the field, but like
in the entrance where everyone's coming in, somewhere around there. And I got a really nice setup that the truck's going to be all wrapped around. It's got advertisements that says, support your school.
Yeah.
Win a brand new Toyota Tacoma. And then it just has QR codes for every school.
I love it.
So you can scan the QR code. So then hopefully I'll be able to do some events. I've reached out to like a tamale festival, things like that. I haven't talked to them yet, but those things I can just actually put the truck there, and the marketing does itself, but it's just a QR code, and you have it goes to a great cause, and then also you have a great chance of winning a brand new vehicle.
And then you mentioned when we were talking before about the haunted house.
Yeah. So this month, October the 10th, the haunted house out here on 5E, I believe it's 4E or 5E.
Yeah.
Starts, and they do like Christmas nightmares, and then they do the haunted house. And it's I think it's $5 to $10 to get in, but usually 100% of the money goes to our charity. Last year was our first year because they hadn't had it since COVID.
Oh wow!
Because they never had it since COVID. So last year was the first year, and they donated over $10,000 to us last year.
That's amazing.
Which was huge.
That's huge.
Yeah. So this month could be easily a $40,000 month or more for school sports. Last month, September, I did 17,000 for the truck raffle. So we're at about 17 grand right now. But I think we're really I'm hoping we'll hit at least 20 this month of October doing all the games.
In a given year, I mean, what do you usually do annually?
The
donations.
Last year we did 70,000 in donations. The year before we did 92. That was the year that the last time I was on, I talked about the brick cells when we remodeled the gym.
Yeah, that's super cool.
We raised 42,000. And that was one reason why when I approached Toyota about it, I said, look, when I sold $42,000 in bricks, it really elevated the foundation that year. We were able to do a lot more for the schools. So I felt like I need something big. So a brand new vehicle will be big. I said, so this is my plan. So that's when I pitched it all to him, and, but I just want to keep hitting, at least 100,000 a year or more. And, in the last 8 years, we've given 402,000 back. So if I can hit 100,000 this year, it's a big mark for me to hit a half a million.
That is incredible.
So I remember when I first started it in 17, I was at home, and the first year I did $12,000, and I had a calculator, and I was calculating stuff in my couch, and my wife's like, what are you trying to figure out? And I was like, I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to hit $1 million. And she's like, you just did 12 grand and you're already thinking that you're going to hit $1 million. And then, you don't really expect it to get that much traction. And then 8 years later, we're almost at $500,000. So it's really cool to,
I can't believe it, man.
Think about it like that.
Did you ever think, I mean, I guess it sounds like you did.
I mean,
really, did you really think it was going to get like this?
No, I didn't think that, but I also had big, aspirations and expectations of myself to try to push this thing, and then I also think that, the way I attacked it and how pure it is, I make sure that people see the before and the afters. They see where the money's going, and there's not many charities where you see that. We give out money all the time and give out gift cards and give out all kinds of stuff to help charities raise money or events. But it's like a lot of times you don't see where the money's going. I wish a lot more people would kind of put out what they're doing at the end of it with the money. And I think me going to the schools and I handle all the jobs myself. I put all the equipment in. I take pictures with the students with the equipment, and I make sure the public sees that. And I think that really hits well with the people when they know where their money's going.
Who's part of your team? Who else you got going on?
So actually, I just do it all myself. So my wife obviously helps me a little bit. She goes out to like the events, like the Friday night football games. She's going to be out there helping me sell tickets. I've always mentioned to people, like, if you want to come help, like, especially these Friday night football games, I think, we'll get like a lot of people at certain times, halftime, the beginning of the game, the end. So I've told people it's really the QR codes will sell the tickets. It's all about us just there educating people of what we do, because some people have no idea about the charity. So it's mostly just about educating them and showing them what we're doing. Like, Yuma High's coming up. I'm doing the Yuma High game on, I think it's October the 18th or 19th, but that's a big one. It's their Hall of Fame night. So they're all their new inductees for the Hall of Fame. It's a big class reunion. And then it's the Yuma Cibola game. But I just did their brand new scoreboard. It was $26,000. So I told them, I said, I want you guys to let me park the truck right there where the people walk in. So some people who don't know about the charity, I'll be like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
That scoreboard was purchased by us,
That's super cool.
So
my understanding is you don't put any of your stuff on there, right?
No. On the scoreboards, I'll do on the very bottom, I'll put the Fourth Ave Gym Athletic Fund. To see.
I think you ought to. I think that, it deserves that.
But when I do like ones that I've remodeled, I remember Kofa's was the first one I did, and Kofa's didn't have even a logo or anything of theirs on there. Like
the scoreboard?
It had the name where it said Kofa and then visitors, but there was nothing else. They had a big Pepsi logo, a huge Pepsi logo. And then it said, John Boehmer Field, which is Mr. Boehmer was the man. He's the one that used to own Budweiser back in the days.
Okay.
And John did more for this community. I learned a lot from him. His son was one of my good friends, and most of the stuff that you see at these sports fields was purchased by Mr. Boehmer.
Really?
Back then.
And he would just do it and donate it.
He would just donate it through Budweiser and buy it all.
I see.
And so I definitely left Mr. Boehmer's name up there. And then I took the Pepsi one off and I put a humongous K. And then I also went in there and obviously did crimson, white, black. I really try to emphasize the school colors, and I really try to make sure that it's all about the school pride, because I feel like kids need more school pride.
Absolutely.
I feel like they lack that, and the cooler things are, the better it's going to look for them, and the more excited they're going to be about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think especially at that critical age where you're in high school, you're looking for a community or a tribe, and rather than provided on the streets or in a gang or something, part of your gang could be that sports team or that high school. I absolutely agree with that. And if it looks cool, they're going to wear it.
Yeah.
Most of my kids nowadays, they do their shopping at the Goodwill. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I hope my stuff ends up, because then it gets out into the community.
Yeah, they can do Goodwill, or they can come by the Fourth Avenue gyms, and
there you go.
$1 from every shirt we sell goes to our charity. So
yeah, I've seen all that swag as you walk in, at least out to the foothills. I go to the foothills, Fourth Ave, but it looks really good. What else we got going on? Anything else that we need to know? So
this October also is my Buffalo Wild Wings month.
Okay.
So we take over Buffalo. I think we've been doing it 5 years now with Chris Miller down there at Buffalo. But we take over the whole month of October. So starting October 1st, if you buy chips and queso, chips and salsa, or ultimate nachos, 100% of that sale goes to our charity. And then I believe it's the 21st, the 22nd of October. It's a Wednesday. We take over the whole day, and 20% of that day goes to our charity.
October what?
I think it's a Wednesday. I think it's the 21st or 22nd.
Okay. October 21st, go to Buffalo Wild Wings. What is it, Martin?
22nd.
22nd.
So yeah, the 22nd, go to Buffalo. 20% of that whole day will go to us. And if you can't eat in, you can do takeout, and we still get 20%. You don't have to mention our name, anything. Just
go on that day. On the 22nd, it's a Wednesday. Anything you buy, 20% of that is going to go towards your foundation.
Yep. And then I'll have a bunch of cool prizes down there too, like an 85-inch TV. I have a $1,000 gift card to Elite Med Spa Wellness. I'll have a year's membership to the gym. I'll have Cardinals tickets. We do a bunch of raffle items. Last year on the raffle items alone, I brought in over 10 grand.
Wow.
So between Chris Miller's donation from Buffalo and that, it's an easy $15,000 or more.
All that stuff is at Buffalo that day.
It's all Buffalo that day.
So you're going to have all those prizes there.
I usually set the prizes up the first 2.5 weeks at the old gym on 4th Avenue. And then I take all the prizes that day on Wednesday to Buffalo, set it all up. And then the next day I take it to the Foothills location for the next 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
So the prizes are set up at both gyms where people can buy them. They're all on display. And then I have it at Buffalo that one day on the 22nd. and then we do the raffle about 5 or 6 weeks later. So.
I see. Okay. And then we talked about the haunted house. We talked about Buffalo. Anything else? Anywhere else this coming?
No, not
October.
Not this October. Those are the 3 big ones, and obviously the truck raffle is the one I'm really putting a lot of effort into right now. But Buffalo's a big one. I do Z93, and I do a lot of different radio shows for that to try to pump it up and get people to know about it. And then ultimately, I always try to tell people, like, if your kids are in high school right now and they play sports, the least you can do is come out there and have a bite to eat or take some takeout, because I'm constantly out there working hard and dedicating my time to try to bring back the best equipment that I can for these kids at these schools.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
Yeah. Right now, I should be taking it either by Friday or next week. I have a Yuma Catholic gator in. So they needed a new John Deere gator that takes all the drinks out to the fields.
That's so cool, dude.
So and it's fun. I've never done one of these yet. So it's always fun when I get to do something new. Like, I did a wrestling mat for antelope.
Yeah.
Just different things. But they wanted a gator. But for myself, I can't just give them a normal gator. So they don't know it, but I took it and I had it completely take apart. It's getting wrapped with all the school's logos. And then I took all the rims off because they're those yellow rims on a gator. And I had them all powder coated gold. Yeah. And then
this is for Cibola?
For Yuma Catholic.
Oh, Yuma Catholic.
The one they have is the original one when they opened the school 22 years ago. So it's on its last leg. So I took all the seats off and I had them all upholstered blue and gold. So plus I think that the people who use it are going to respect it more, and they're going to take care of it better too by it being like this.
Absolutely.
So same thing. Not only do I do it for the students, but I also do it for the faculty. I really try to set it up right for them and make sure that it's taken care of over time.
I love that.
That's cool. The faculty are the ones that are really using this year after year. Mm-hmm. The kids come and go over 4 years, but those faculty, they could be there for 20 years. Mm-hmm. They're the ones using that equipment.
That's so cool. Very, very cool.
It's fun. It's fun. Like when you get I try to have fun doing it. So it's exciting.
And you do that all locally. So you find people here in town to do like the rims and all that.
Yep. So Sign Pro, they're doing the wrap, and Sign Pro has been great with me. They've always donated. So I've done 9 scoreboards now for all the schools, total 9 scoreboards, and Sign Pro has donated every installation for free.
Is that right?
All of it. And I've even offered, I said, look, I'll just pay your payroll for it. Just don't make no money. At least let me pay the payroll. And they were like, no, we're not. We insist. We love what you do. And they do. Like the Yuma High one, it was a big one. It was like 23 foot long. Jeez. That's how big that football field one is. And they were out there for 3 days.
Getting that going.
Getting it done. It took them 3 days to get that installed, and they donated all of it. So
I haven't seen that one. What's special about that one?
So they were having a lot of problems. There's a component in the old board, and it still worked, but that part was going out yearly, and it's $1,400 for that part every year. So if you keep going along, you're going to have over 10 grand invested into it in just 10 years. So that's where it was just time to buy a new one. The sun just eats these things.
Yeah, totally.
But the faculty, I haven't seen it yet in person. I saw the pictures of it, but the faculty, there's one part I'm waiting for them to finish before I go out there and get the photos with the students and the teams. But the faculty told me that it's really bright. They're like, wow, it's so bright, it being new. And so they were pumped up. They were excited.
So this is all like now, it's happening now.
Yeah. This just got done 2 weeks ago.
Very cool.
The Yuma High scoreboard.
I want to go drive by there. Like I said, my kids, they go to Gila Ridge, but they're in swim season right now. Yeah. So they have to go down to Marcus, to do their swim practice. And a lot of the meets are down there too. Yeah. And so it's right there. I need to go look at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah. This, October the 3rd, I'll be at YC's football game. That'll be the first one. I got a late start to the games. I'll be at YC's football game. October 9th, I'll be at the Gila Ridge against Kofa. And then that's a Thursday night, though. That's a varsity Thursday night game. And then the next night, I'll have October 10th, I'll be at Cibola against a Phoenix team. And then October 17th, it'll be Yuma High School against Cibola. And then October 24th, I'll be at Somerton High School against Yuma.
Very cool.
So should be fun to kind of get out there and do some of those.
Were you involved with the Somerton gym?
For their high school gym?
The wrap of the big old wall, yeah.
No, that's one thing that I really felt like they did a great job on that high school.
They did.
They really dialed in all the school pride in that place. Mm-hmm. And I was really impressed. I think I mentioned it on the last show. One thing I hate about Gila Ridge is it looks like Kofa. you know, you drive by it and it's all crimson outside.
Yeah.
It should be Carolina blue.
Yeah.
Like I really want to paint it all for them. Like I want to take some foundation money
right.
and paint all that Carolina blue.
I've always wondered that. I wondered if they built it, they had the concept, they put it all together, and then they changed their mind on the color after the fact. I don't know.
Yeah, I think sometimes they're not, like you're saying, they're ahead of themselves and they're not really sure what their school colors are going to be, or maybe the school mascot. Yeah, but they go ahead and build the school. So one thing I told Somerton before it was happening, because I've worked with the school district a lot and everything, I said, look, please make sure that you guys have all this figured out before you do it, because we don't want it to look like Gila Ridge again.
That's so sad.
You know, like, and I'll tell you what, man, like you're saying, they dialed that place in. It looks so good with all the logos everywhere.
I was surprised at the color choice. It's like a tan,
yeah,
orange,
they did like
burnt orange with a blue.
Yeah, like a real deep blue.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have done that. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I think we talked last show about you kind of want to, in my opinion, you want to stick with those primary colors because it seems like you can get better deals on equipment, you know, if it's red, blue, or
for sure
green or whatever. But hey, they did what they did.
Yeah, I did their first year. They, you know, obviously they only got so much funding and they got to buy everything, uniforms.
Yeah,
so I did their wrestling uniforms and I did a bunch of gym equipment for them. And the wrestling uniforms came out killer. They look so good.
Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to be, this year is supposed to be their year.
Well, I really feel, I mean, especially, you know, wrestling, and you know how many good wrestlers come out of Somerton.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel the Somerton wrestling program will be like YC's football. You know, YC's not playing the greatest this year. They went to 5A, but I mean, their football program has always been like Texas football.
You're right.
And I really feel Somerton's wrestling is going to just be like the Golden Arches, you know, like they're going to be stacked.
And that's what they're saying. So let's see. But my kids go to Gila Ridge, so hopefully they do poorly. And, I don't want, you know. But no, they are supposed to be pretty good this year. My understanding was, you know, a lot of them were at KOFA in the interim because they started with, I think, freshmen actually, right?
Yeah.
And now I think they're all the way stacked. I think.
This is their first senior year. So this would be the last year that any of the kids that originally went to KOFA will finish out of KOFA. Mm-hmm. So next year is when I think when you'll really see it, because you'll see the flip even bigger, because some of those kids finished out KOFA. You know, that started there. So this is the last year. So KOFA's attendance should drop dramatically after this year. So? Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they bus 1,700 kids a day between KOFA and Cibola.
That's incredible.
From Somerton. So imagine that's 1,700 kids that won't be busing no more.
And hopefully that'll free up some budget.
Oh yeah,
for KOFA. I don't know.
For sure.
Now they can put it back into their stadium.
Yeah.
What I love about Yuma High is the feel. I love the feel of the football field, how it's kind of recessed.
For sure.
It gives this stadium kind of vibe, you know, like a surround. I just think that's the coolest thing. Well, Somerton kind of has that feel too. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yuma High is really cool how it's got the baseball connected and it's got those old like concrete, you know, bleachers and stuff. So that's where I went to school. So that's where we would always hang out in between periods, you know, and we'd hang out right there where the baseball field steps were. So it was a lot of fun, but and they do such a great job like seeding it and making it look good.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's very, very nostalgic. Are they kind of struggling right now though for attendance?
I'm not sure. I mean, I saw some of those pictures from some of the games so far, at least the football games, and they look pretty good.
Okay.
So I haven't been to one since my last class reunion, but so the one I'm going to on the 17th, or I think it's the 17th, that's going to be my first one in quite a while. So
I thought I heard not too long ago that student body, like they're having a hard time with the student body attendance.
The student body for sure.
Yeah. But not as much as years past. I don't know if like generationally people are growing up and leaving that area, you know, the geographic area that would bring those kids in there. I don't know.
I think it just depends. Like my cousin lives out here like on 6E. And his son's going to be a freshman next year, and he's going to go to Yuma.
Is that right?
That's where his dad went. So he
just wants to go there.
That's where he's going to go.
I think that happens all the time. You know, you got that school pride. I was going to ask you a question about this upcoming event at Buffalo. So this is on the 22nd. It's a Wednesday. You mentioned you go there, and 20% of what you spend is going to be donated directly to your foundation. No ifs, ands, or buts, but you're going to have these prizes there too. When does a raffle get done that day?
It will all be there from open to close at Buffalo. So you can buy raffle prizes that whole day. Mm-hmm. And then after that, the next day, it'll be set up at the Foothills Gym for the next 2.5 weeks. So I'll probably cut the raffle off sometime. There's Lowe's was they made a huge donation last year of like a $800 grill.
Oh, wow.
So I'm actually going there in a little bit, and I'm going to go meet with Lowe's. And so as soon as I get the item, then I'm going to have it set up at the old gym in just a couple days. But when after the 22nd, people can still buy tickets for that. Anyone can buy tickets. They can go to the Foothills gym to buy tickets. And on that one, also, I have a website. That one's actually supportyuma.com.
Okay.
So that one, you can go to supportyuma.com. It's not live yet, but it'll be live in a couple days. But you can buy tickets online, or you can buy them at either gym.
And these aren't different tickets than what we're talking about for the truck.
These are just for like so what it is I'll have like, I think it's like 11 or 12 raffle prizes, and they're all really nice. And they'll be buckets. So you'll buy actual like little tickets. You can buy like, 40 tickets, and you can just go drop tickets in whatever bucket.
For like the grill.
For the grill,
I see.
$1,000 gift card to the med spa, the Cardinals tickets, whatever you want. Like last year we did one of those GE Opal crushed ice machines. And man, that thing got so many tickets. So this year I bought another one.
Yeah.
The ice machine and the grill were the two big ones. And there was a guy at the Foothills gym that bought $700 worth of tickets for the grill. And I said, dude, you can just go buy one.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know, but if I win, cool. If I don't, I just wanted to support the cause.
That's crazy.
So, it was really, and he ended up winning the Cardinals tickets. So he ended up giving them to his employees, but he was stoked, he got something, but ultimately, like he said, I'm just trying to support.
So those raffle prizes go directly towards those those prizes, not the truck.
Not the truck. Yeah. Usually I've always just had this thing going on October. So it's kind of confusing with having the two raffles, but, what I'm going to do is like, you can buy tickets for the truck, and I have it really advertised right now inside both gyms with the signs for all the different schools. So when I do the prizes, I'm going to take those down for 2 weeks.
Okay.
That way it's not confusing. It's not confusing for the customers or the staff. That way, we'll just be focused on one raffle.
If there are people not in Yuma that want to do the truck raffle, is that online?
Yeah. So they'll just go to either the Instagram or the Facebook for either 4th Avenue Gyms. Or the 4th Avenue Gym Athletic Fund. We have pages for all of them. And I'm posting pretty much every couple days. And the links are on there, or the QR codes are on there.
Click the link, and then it'll take you to a payment portal through this company you mentioned.
And then we're there, you'll actually pick the schools.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Have you been on the site yet?
I haven't been on it. No, my wife does all that.
So it's really cool. When you go on there, it'll take you to the site, and then it'll give you options what schools that you want to choose from.
Like it shows their logo.
It shows their logo.
Their logo.
Yep, exactly. And it's really neat. And when I first showed it to Toyota, they were really pumped up. They were like, "Wow, this looks great." And I just told them, I said, "I really want to make sure you guys get impressed on this, because hopefully this can be like a yearly thing. If you guys like what happens and it works out for everybody, hopefully you can we can continue to do this year after year."
Very cool.
The internet's kind of slow in here, but
you're not gonna get internet in here.
But yeah, it'll show all the logos, and then it'll show like you can buy one or you can buy 5 and get the one for free. It has the package, and you just pick which school you want to support. Once you click on that, it'll also ask if you want to support a student.
Okay.
So if you don't want to support a student, if you don't know a student that goes to that school, you just leave it blank.
Yeah.
But if you know a student, put their name in there, and whatever student gets the most support, they'll get a free year's membership.
Yeah. My wife was telling me about that because you'd called her up and said, "Hey,
she bought. I think she bought the package for each kid.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, "You sure you don't want to just stick?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "We just want to support." I was all right, cool. Appreciate it.
She told me about that. I didn't know what she was talking about. I haven't looked at it. Yeah. She does, like I said, she does all that stuff.
Well, that's what one of the guys at the gym, he had bought the $1,000 worth. He didn't even think about it. He just wanted to support.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you have a family membership, and he's got a couple of kids on there. Then he's got dual access too, which dual access is an extra $5 a month
What's that one?
To use both gyms.
Oh, okay.
So it's extra $5 a month per person to use both facilities.
Yeah.
So the year's family membership that I'm giving away, it includes dual access and everything. So his is probably like an $800 membership if you really add it all up for a year. Mm-hmm. So I said, you spent $1,000, but if right now your kid's in the lead, this kid goes to KOFA.
Yeah.
And he didn't even really think about it. And I said, so really you only spent $200 if you win. I said, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I said, you want to buy another 1,000?
That's awesome.
So
you're wheeling and dealing all the time.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to wheel and deal for the right reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's ultimately like, I kind of created a full-time job with this. It's like, today I'm here for this, next week I'm going to be at Z93. You know, and then I'm going to be at Buffalo for 11 hours that one day.
Yeah.
You know, in the end of it, you know, there's people that definitely come support my gyms because of what I do for the community.
Totally.
But ultimately, I dedicate a lot of time to this charity, and that's why you see big numbers.
I can tell you, I mean, like my wife and I were going to a CrossFit gym for 5 years, and then it closed its doors like most of them do.
Yeah.
You know, they go for so long, and then they just can't, I feel like they can't keep their doors open. It's a lot. And so we were left without a place to go, and it's become a daily activity for us. It's the time where we have time together in the morning. We get up at 4:20-ish every morning, and then we go to the gym, get to the gym by 5. And it's just become a really good thing for our relationship because that's the time where we get to talk and it's just fun. And so we've been doing that for years. So once our CrossFit gym went out of business, it's like, that's part of our identity. And we were scrambling. Well, what do we do? And we're, a stone's throw from your Foothills gym. And so we're like, well, let's just try 4th Ave. And at first it was a little daunting because it's a large facility, a lot of people in and out all the time.
Stop.
But after a few days, like we found our groove, and we were talking about this just recently that we prefer it now more than our other gym. The other gym was great because in CrossFit you've got your community, you got your team, you go at a certain time, and you've got your coach that you just show up and they tell you what to do. Now, I mean, I probably could do that, but because I was doing it for so long, it's not a problem. I can put workouts together all the time, like it's not a big deal. So when we go to the gym now, we just have our things that we're working on, and if we have anything we want, you can do anything you want. So much equipment that's going on there.
Yeah, so you got everything that you needed to do before you can do there, and then you have everything else that's extra now.
Yeah, so, exactly right.
And it's staffed 24 hours a day.
Yes.
I mean, we're the only gym in town that's staffed 24 hours a day. So I really think on safety, and especially for a female, it's nice having that option. But yeah, there's, like you're saying, there's just so much equipment out there. It's unreal. And
what was really cool was I was talking to Anna out there, and I asked her, hey, do you have this particular bar?
Was that you?
Yeah, it was me. Sorry,
I ordered it the next day.
You did? Yeah, you had it with like a day. I use it almost every day. And now that I use it, everybody else uses it, because nobody knew it existed or what that was. But I used that at the old CrossFit gym.
Was that the fireman carry bars?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. She sent it to me, and I'm always open for anything. And she didn't even tell me who it was. She just told me that, I have a friend that was from a CrossFit place, and we don't have this. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll order it. And she was like, and I think she thought I was maybe going to order it like in a week or two.
Yeah.
I did it right there.
Yeah.
I get that a lot sometimes on Instagram. People will private message the DM me on the 4th Ave page, and it'd be really nice to have this. And I'll be like laying in bed, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'll like order it right there, and I'll
DMs. Your wife's like, "Who is that?"
I'll screenshot it. I'm like, "Oh, it's Jake from State Farm."
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll screenshot it, and then I'll send it to the person. It's like 10:30, and then they're like, "Wow!" Like they can't believe it, and I'm just like, "Hey, thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah,
I'll have it in a couple days."
That's so cool.
So,
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah,
it was awesome. Yeah, and like I said, people are using it. She got 2 of them, and I know people are using it because there's chalk all over it, and I didn't do that. I wipe mine down clean.
Wipe it down,
yeah. And there's chalk all over. I'm like, what? Wipe it down. This is my bar. Like I have ownership over it. I'm gonna put a sticker on it.
Especially since you asked for it, so it's like
no, I'm teasing. I was happy that it is all used, because it's like, dude, I felt bad that it was so fast that I wasn't trying to be a squeaky wheel. I just asked, hey, do you happen to have this bar? And I was like, no, I've never heard it. She pulled it up. I showed her a picture, and she's like, we can get it though. Justin will get it. I'm like, no, that's fine. I can figure something else out. Yeah, carry anything.
I love stuff like that. There was a lady at the OG, and she goes to both gyms, and there's those like rollers that you can connect to like the cages where you can do like lunges. You can put your leg up, and you can just do different stuff. And I have one at the OG, but I didn't have one at the Foothills. And she's like, man, I'd really like to have one of those rollers. And then I actually forgot about it all. And then I saw her at a swimming practice, like with my 3-year-old, who she had her kid there. And I was like, it clicked. And I was like, oh, dang it, I forgot.
Yeah.
So I went home instantly and ordered it for her. And then I saw her actually yesterday, and I was like, hey, I finally got that roller in. She's like, you remembered? She's like, I thought you forgot. I said, I did until I saw you at the swimming thing. But it always eventually clicks, and I make it happen eventually. So but
I think my favorite thing there at the, I don't know if you have this at the OG, but out at the foothills, you got the booty builder.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That thing's killer. Have you ever done that?
Is that are you like the one that's got the pin loaded?
It's
black one.
It's you seat belt yourself in.
Yeah. We have that one at the old gym too.
Yeah.
We just got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The booty builder.
It works. It works good.
Yeah. So it's embarrassing to use. You know, you're like thrusting into the air.
Yeah. It humbles you a little bit.
Stop looking at me.
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing out there. There's, like you're saying, there's so many people and there's so much equipment. A lot of times it's like, you know, and I try to tell people, you got to just be there for yourself. Most people aren't even paying attention.
Yeah.
They're in their own little world.
Absolutely.
You know? So
yeah, they're focused. Yeah. And that's what I was kind of concerned about, going from this environment where I was in this team in the CrossFit gym to now I'm on my own. There's a lot of people around. It doesn't affect me as much as probably maybe my wife. And I think she's a little bit more like cognizant about that stuff. To me, I'm locked in. I'm doing what I need. I don't really care about what's around. What bothers me mostly is about the gym is the mirrors everywhere. Yeah. A lot of people like that, but I don't like it. So even when I do CrossFit stuff in the gym or in the rack area, I face away from the mirrors because I don't want to look at myself while I'm doing these lifts and stuff. That's just me though. Yeah.
Most people, like you're saying, most people love it. Like I had some people leave and go to Crunch down the street from the old gym, and then they came back and, you know, I said, well, what is it that you like better? And they're like, well, there's a lot of things, but one thing I loved is you just have so many mirrors.
Yeah.
He says they really don't have many mirrors there. And it's very expensive. I mean, when we build those new places and we put all those mirrors in, it's unreal how much it is to
that's crazy.
Outfit it with
I never
mirrors.
even thought of that.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Maybe I'll look at the mirror now then.
Yeah. But you know, but people love them. I just hate when they get broken because then I'm like, dang, there's 800.
Does it happen?
Oh yeah,
frequently.
Yeah, it happens because, you know, people are swinging a weight and they're not paying attention to like how close they are and they hit it, or like they're on the squat rack and they'll do stuff where they'll just lean a bar up against the mirror.
Yeah,
they don't know where to put it, and then someone else comes and grabs it and moves it the wrong way, and
oh jeez, man,
it's always something. But that's what keeps me going.
Like babysitting. That's awesome. Well, we're almost out of time, but I wanted to highlight this last, yet another thing you're involved in. This is called the Hansen House.
Yes.
And the Hansen House, I hadn't heard about it. You brought in some of this stuff this morning and told me a little bit about it. And this kind of touches what I do on a daily basis because we deal with a lot of individuals that need stuff just like this. For example, yesterday I met with a family that was looking for a place for their mother because she's in decline. Her mental faculties have not yet gone, but physically she can't wash herself. She can't make meals for herself. And so a lot of those things come down to finances when it comes to looking for care. And the question becomes, will Medicaid cover this? And so we're looking for ways for what's called ALTEX, Arizona Long-Term Care System. And that typically will cover long-term care expenses at a nursing home or an assisted living facility. Tell me a little bit about Hansen House. How does this work and who are candidates for it?
So the Hansen House has been open for about 1.5 years in Yuma. I've been on the board. I'm on the board. I'm the treasurer. And I was brought on by a good friend of mine who started it named Bonnie Her husband used to be the fire chief, and she actually was a nurse. She was actually a firefighter, became a nurse, and then she worked for hospice and did that for 15 years or so. And she actually is very young, and she retired mainly to do this. She said this was her calling in life. And so she does this all for free. And what the Hansen House does is has people, be able to come there and they get to spend the last moments of their life and die with dignity. And their family isn't there crushing themselves, staying up 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then they don't get to spend those last moments with their family, and loving them. What they do is if they want to help, they can. If they don't, we have caretakers there 24 hours a day taking care of them. But people who can't afford it, it's completely free. You don't pay anything.
So this is a house. It's a physical house. A home that has how many residents?
It's 3 rooms.
3 rooms, okay.
And in the last 1.5 years, we just had our board meeting last Saturday. The last 1.5 years, we've had 100 people come in and pass there, and 1/3 of them have paid no money.
Wow!
It was completely free for their family. So they were able to come there and spend those last moments. If it was a week, or if it was a month, until they pass. But we've had people from the age of 32 up to 102 pass away there.
Oh my gosh.
But it's really special. I mean, it's the only place in the state of Arizona that's like this, where it's free. And then the charge too, if someone can't afford it, it's only about $88 a day, which most places, if you call hospice for care to come over, it's usually $27 to $30 an hour. And we charge $88 a day. So, the price of what you're able to do is just unbelievable, even if someone can't afford it. But they get a beautiful home. It's got a kitchen, it's got a living room. The family can hang out as long as they want to stay there. They can go home at night and actually get some sleep, and then come back and enjoy the next 8-10 hours that they want to spend with their loved one. So you're not just destroying yourself, like I was saying, 24 hours a day trying to take care of your loved one.
So an individual, let's say they go to the hospital, and then the hospital does all that they can, and they get to the point where we can't do anything else. You've got to be discharged somewhere, to hospice or to this Hansen house. So they have a place to go, but they're in the last portion of their life. So they're going to pass away.
Yes.
That's the final, they're terminal. And so the family can get a hold of the Hansen house and see if there's any beds available.
Exactly.
Okay. And if there's a bed available, then they look at finance options. And if they're a candidate, then the funds from the Hansen House Foundation or their charity arm is going to cover the expenses for that individual.
We do lots of events, like the one I gave you today is our yearly banquet.
This is November 21st. So November 21st. So about a month and a half away.
So last year I think we brought in 41,000 that night at our banquet.
That's fantastic.
Which all that does is it goes back to helping people at end of life, and it helps pay for their, because what we do is obviously we're paying these caretakers to be there 24 hours a day, and we're paying for the supplies and everything needed. We just bought all new beds for the place, so things like that, and it's just it's pretty special. I mean, it's pretty neat when you can, I had a couple people in my family die a couple years ago in 1 year, and when you go through that and you see how rough it is on the family taking care of that loved one, and then you see how special it is when they go to the Hansen house, it's pretty tremendous to see the difference.
Does awesome. Bonnie hang out there? I mean, is she coming and going?
She's there nonstop, actually, because if any of these caretakers call in, Bonnie's the one that goes in and handles the place, the home. So honestly, she kind of like I created myself a job with my charity. Bonnie has created herself a job, and I think she knew that going into it. That's why she retired from her normal job. But same thing. She donates her time 100%. There's in our charity, no money gets paid to anybody. So, but the caretakers, the people that are actually working there. So Bonnie donates her time for this, and but the story is tremendous. I think the website's thehansenhouse.org if anybody wants to see it. But then I gave you that flyer too, so you can look at it.
So November 21st, this is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is a dinner. It's
a dinner at the Yuma Living Center. The Yuma Living Center donates the hall for us. They donate the food and the alcohol.
Where's the Yuma Living?
The one that's right next to McDonald's on 4th Avenue.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Like on, I think, what is that, like 17th or so?
Yep.
Right there.
Was that a hotel?
It used to be a hotel like long time ago.
Yeah.
And so this is I think it's our 4th annual, and they've donated it every year. So it's really cool because 100% of the money goes back to the home for people.
Very, very cool.
People at end of life.
Yeah. So you can contact Steve if you want tickets to this. His number is 928-502-9755. And it's $50 a ticket.
$50 a ticket. And we only have space for 130 people.
Oh, really?
So we only sell 130.
You're limited. Yeah.
Yeah, we're limited. We've talked about, moving maybe next year to a bigger facility. But when we do that, then we're going to have to up the price of the ticket because we're going to have to start paying for the food, paying for the alcohol, paying for things like that, which right now we don't.
Oh, you don't? So they cover all that. That's really generous.
The Yuma Living Center pays
That's super generous.
For everything. Yeah.
Or you can sponsor. It looks like you've got some sponsorship options here too.
We do that, and we also do silent auction prizes. So like I donate like a $500 gift card to my medical spa. I donate a year's membership to the gym. I buy tickets for a lot of my friends too, that we go. So it just, I think we usually have around 35 silent auction prizes, and all that money goes back to
I forgot about the medical spa. Yeah. What's the name of the spa?
Elite Med Spa Wellness.
Where is that at?
It's in the Tuscany Plaza Center on Avenue B down there. Yeah.
So, what's going on there?
So I do it's a medical spa wellness. So we do like, Botox, filler, laser hair
Removal.
and, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And then we also do the wellness side, which is hormone therapy, medical weight loss. And then also inside there, my wife has a 3D 4D ultrasound clinic. It's called Madres. But we actually, next week, we started the Elite ultrasound. So we're going to be doing diagnostic scans now.
Okay. So instead of going to, what is that one?
You can, instead of going to Onvita or going to Simon Med.
Simon Med, that's the one I was thinking of.
So ours will be,
competitor.
Ours will be cash pay. It's $180 for any scan. Cash pay, and you have guaranteed 24-hour results.
Is that a good price compared to?
Yeah, I did some research in say like a thyroid for Simon Med was $160.
Okay.
Their prices go from $160 to $220.
Probably with insurance.
Well, that's cash pay.
That's cash pay. Okay.
And then like say on Vita, I think a thyroid was $740. So you have $160 or $740.
Wow.
For cash pay.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is, we're just going to make it simple at one price. We're going to go in the middle, $180 for any scan.
That's super cool.
But then the cool thing with ours is you have a guaranteed 24-hour results. So within 24 hours, your doctor will have the results.
Wow.
So the radiologist company that we hired, they work 24 hours a day.
Wow.
So.
And it's all digital, so you could probably pull it up or something online.
Everything goes instant. Yeah, in the portal, from our machine to our computer to the radiologist, and then from there to the doctor.
Very, very cool.
So, but that starts in about a week.
What motivated you to do that, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, my wife was an ultrasound tech for.
She was
for 10 years.
Just she knows it. She knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing, and she's
been frustrated, I'm sure.
Yeah, she left the hospital after baby number 2, and then I started the medical spa and then we added the 3D 4D. But the one thing that she's always missed is doing diagnostic scanning. She misses what she used to do, and so she was just like, I'm gonna get back into this. And I said, well, we have the machine. We have the same machine the hospital has. We have the room, we have the building.
Yeah.
I said, we have everything. All you need to do is we just need to hire the radiologist to read the images.
Mm-hmm.
So we found a great company that does it in 24 hours. And so now she'll be able to, start scanning again.
What's the difference between a 3D and 4D image?
A 3D 4D is just, that's where you can go get pictures of your baby and they look
like
real.
An alien?
Yeah, they look real. Yeah, like an alien. Well, if it's early, like she says, you want to get scanned about 30 weeks because the baby's a little chunky.
Okay.
But if you come in like 27, 26, they're going to look more like an alien because they're so skinny.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's really cool. I mean, she gets some tremendous pictures on that 3D 4D, and then they get videos. We have teddy bears where she'll get your baby's heartbeat and record them and then she'll put the heartbeat in the teddy bear.
No way.
So
like Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, we have, military bears. We have all kinds of different little animals and stuff.
That's awesome.
So
I didn't know that existed.
And we do the fire extinguishers that do the gender reveals.
Oh, really?
We have those there. We have all kinds of cool stuff.
I had no idea. Yeah. I'm done with kids, so it's not even, dang, man. Where were you when I was having my kids?
So it's cool, but I'm excited for her. She's always missed. She spent a lot of time going to school for ultrasound. So, and obviously we're busy with our kids. So she'll do a day or two a week, and then we'll have some other, ultrasound techs coming in there and working the other days.
Very, very cool.
But I think it's really going to be cool being able to offer people 24-hour results.
Mm-hmm. So, I think that's revolutionary here in our community, at least. Very cool. Man, you're doing so much. I really appreciate you taking time again to come in and talk about all these ventures that you've got your hand in. Yeah. And I just really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So if you guys, just to recap, you've got the haunted house.
Yeah, the most important things right now is the truck raffle going on. I'll be at the games every Friday night in October. We have the haunted house starting on the 10th. Okay. So the haunted house is going to be out there. Go out there. I think it's 3 weeks long. Mm-hmm. And all the money goes to our charity. And then we have the Buffalo Wild Wings month.
And that's Wednesday the 22nd.
October
the 22nd.
Yep.
All day Wednesday, go to Buffalo. Eat a lot of food there.
Or take out, whichever one.
There you go.
You don't have to mention anything. We get 20% of the day.
I wonder if they do, I haven't looked, but if they do like DoorDash.
Oh yeah, they do something like that.
Yeah, some sort, so you don't have to go there. You can get it.
For sure.
Yeah, okay. And then November, you've got the Hansen House banquet. I think that was the 22nd. Is that what I saw?
Yes.
21st.
21st.
Friday the 21st for the Hansen House banquet. That's 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. For the Hansen House charity. And then you're doing the raffle.
The truck raffle. The Christmas night will cut off ticket sales. And then on the 27th is when I'll pick the winner.
Very awesome.
So someone will win a brand new truck. One school's going to get $5,000 extra in funding, and one kid will get a free year's membership to the gym.
I love it.
So
very cool.
Lots of good stuff.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Always.
Thanks for coming in, Justin.
Thank you.